What? It's on? It's on?
Yeah,
Is this
it's
on?
on.
Is this thing on?
The intern did it. He pushed it. He
All
should
right,
push.
fine. Then I guess we got to start.
Mhm.
Hey, did you know that fuck. Um,
I do know that. Sean told me.
there was a thing that was like tips for uh podcasting, and it was like rule number one. I don't remember what rule number one was
Oh,
actually,
it's
but
not
one of the
it's not
rules
important.
was always make sure that you're wearing headphones. And I'm
Oh,
like,
I mean, I'm wearing headphones.
I mean, you're wearing headphones, but I'm not. I never
Yeah,
have, never will. Also,
you're a
I
rule
mean, I
breaker.
mean, that's not true. It's not that I never will. Honestly, this I would say that this podcast is pretty different than most podcasts.
We're, we're unique snowflakes.
Yeah, totally. We're super cold. It doesn't bother us anyway.
Mm,
Um,
chilling.
there was someone I was following, and they were talking about how um sometimes they forget the name of their podcast while they're podcasting, and I'm like, hey, I do that too. And they're like, yeah, and then I just edit it. I'm like, oh, see, I don't edit.
Which our audience is probably going to be very aware of, if not.
Oh yeah, yeah, we
I
don't
think
edit.
I
Hmm.
think I remember what rule number one was.
What?
You never talk about your podcast because it just
Oh,
makes people go crazy and they'll strangle you and then you can't make any more podcasts.
well, I mean, I think it's nice to give kind of a insider view of sorts. I don't use headphones,
No.
obviously. We don't use an editor. We don't
Yes.
edit.
Mm-mm.
Um what else? We don't
We
have an intro music thing.
we don't have any content. We never have content.
We don't
We
have content. We don't research our content.
I I do the entire podcast standing on my head, which is
I stand on just my pinky. Yeah, it
ooh,
hurts after a while because like my foot is just like on it for so long that is.
at the pinky plank challenge for the
No, like I
oh,
stand on my pinky.
just your pinky. One
No, no,
pinky?
no. Like my pinky goes under my foot, and
Uh, and you're wearing stilettos.
I'm wearing no, I'm wearing soccer cleats. Soccer
Oh,
cleats?
oh.
Soccer cleats?
Sophocles is the great, yes, Greek philosopher Sophocles. Soccer.
Soccer cleats? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Um,
In Aristotle, they were always coming up with new things. And plow, plow. Don't forget plow.
or plateau? What
Oh,
is going on?
we need an editor.
Okay, so I've got Grogu here.
Oh, Gurgle Glop. That's what I call him because his name is so stupid. It sounded like somebody just made a sound.
Excuse me.
Gurgle
He,
Glop.
he's got ears. He can hear you. That was so rude. It's okay. I gotta cover his ears now because that was very rude.
He's
Sheepdog was
more
so rude. So
more
rude.
commonly known as the Child or Baby Yoda. Yes, those are both better names than Gurgle Glop. Let's just be honest. Let's be fair. I know that at one point, Star Wars was entirely written by sounds that George Lucas made with his mouth, often while
You
using
know
a
for a fact.
I know for a fact. I
Because
was
you
in
would
the
hear him making those noises.
I was in the bathroom stall next to his when he did
Yeah.
it. He went, "Oh, looky!" Oh.
And he was going, because he's a Pokemon or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's take our attention back to Grogu. Grogu is a child.
The child.
And that kind of is where my topic is going to go towards today. Children. All right. So, Do you have
Children.
something okay, I'm gonna rewind. So I babysit,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes, most of the time, we play Legos.
Good.
I love Legos. I have a bunch of Lego sets. I guess some people just say Lego, plural, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
octopi, octopus. Octopi is not actually a word, blah blah blah, the whole thing. Anyway, um I I like Legos and I like Lego sets, and I'm sure there's a lot of adults that do as well. But I will play with the Lego sets, and I will, mix and match. I'm not like what's his face? What's his name? The guy, Lego movie.
Macaulay Culkin, right?
No, Macaulay Culkin was not in Lego movie. It was Will
Oh.
Ferrell. Um, but the character that he played, this guy that's very, um,
Dad. I think his name was Dad.
no, his name was not Dad. It was something business.
Kelsey
Anyway,
Grammer.
he was big on, Lego sets. They have to be a certain way. You don't play pirates with Duplo. You don't mix the sets.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care, because when we play, we play with the Legos, make up our own stories, all that stuff. And I mean, obviously, everyone that I'm friends with, otherwise I wouldn't be friends with them, but everyone that I'm friends with doesn't mind. They're not gonna, whatever, call me out for it. But there's a lot of people out there that will give people shit for liking things that they consider adult or children things, childish things, or whatever. But
Yeah.
I think it's getting to a point where it's very there's two groups of people. There's like all those people that are adults, and they're just like, you know what? It's 2021. There's been a lot of stupid shit going on. Fucking like what you like and shut the fuck up,
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the people out there that are like, no, it still should be that certain things are for kids, and don't it's you should grow up and stop liking those things. And I guess I'm in that group that it's like, hey, fucking let people enjoy things as long as they're not hurting anyone or anything.
Yeah, but
Do you have, huh?
yeah, but I think we need to admit that we come from a position of privilege, right? This is a under talked about privilege, because so many people, you hear people all the time say, you need to stop being selfish and you need to have a child, which is probably the most selfish thing that you can do. We're going to alienate so many parents.
Oh, darn. Parents
Here-
aren't going to be listening to this anyway, because once again, this is a childish podcast. The last few episodes, they're like, this is not informative. This is not something that has enriched my life. This is a bunch of nonsense by some
Yeah, they're listening to their
terrible
murder
people.
podcasts.
Hey, I like murder podcasts.
Yeah, but that's what moms listen to, and then dads listen to sports podcasts. Those are the stereotypes, right? Those are the stereotypes. But the one thing that what they're saying when they say it's time for you to stop being selfish and have a child, is that you have to, in order to be a good parent, at least in the way that people think of it, you have to put aside childish things and buckle down and be an adult, because you won't survive otherwise, right? And your kids will, but nowadays I think there's also a bigger movement to like play video games with your kids and play Legos with your kids and play with your kids more.
Right.
But there are lots of relationships that implode because one person grows up and the other one stays. They spend all their time doing childish things, and so I think that's where that stereotype comes from. Neither of us are in a position where we can enjoy our childish things without my dog is, I take him for his walk.
Yeah.
I play with him, but even when I was playing video games, I was petting him. It's different. Got a screaming kid screaming.
Yeah.
For the bathroom. So I get it. I do understand why some people might say, "Hey, don't play that Lego."
No, I understand, but also I think it's annoying.
But it is annoying. It is annoying, and parents are annoying. Let's just fully alienate them. They're annoying. They don't
You
even.
know why? You know what? Parents just don't understand.
I've seen it so many times. I'm a little older now than a lot of the people that I work with, so I see it from them now. First, they're taking all these pictures of themselves, right? Selfie, selfie, selfie. And then they get into a relationship and it's all these pictures of their significant other, and the significant other sleeping. Oh, isn't that cute? Look at the sleepy picture. And then it's all pictures of their kids. And you don't even know if they exist anymore. They have no pictures of themselves. And it's because they're trying to survive. It's a really difficult thing to do, to destroy the planet by overpopulating it with minions of yourself.
And it's not even overpopulated.
The Earth?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it depends on if we continue to use resources. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it.
No, we're not going to get into that. It's just the fact that, like, I think that's the main thing, that it's ridiculous that so many people are saying, hey, you need to stop playing your video games, stop playing with your Legos, stop doing this, and start doing Wall Street things like
GameStop
taking
GameStop stock short sale.
Right. Which there you go. That was a thing that people were like, oh, be grown up, invest, and did it. And then people did it, and then they're like, no, not like that. Like, exactly, what do you want us to do then?
Well, I do have to say, because I try to strike a balance in my own personal life, because I spend so much time writing and podcasting and working my regular job and just trying to do the things to survive. And sometimes I don't spend any time whatsoever doing things like like watching a movie or something like that. And it actually makes me sick, physically ill, working that hard. And so I've learned that I have to spend an hour or two every day doing something that is totally wasteful.
Yeah. Though I feel so working a retail job as well on top of my 20 babysitting jobs, it has actually been a burden, because working retail, I'm busy working retail. I'm not in the know anymore. So then when the kids are like, hey, did you watch the newest movie, the newest Minions movie? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I was at work. And they're like, oh.
You don't even know what's going on Paw Patrol.
Right. So I feel like I need to, like, okay, spend more time doing what the cool people are doing. And the cool people are these 6 and 5-year-olds that have taken over a huge chunk of my life. And it sucks, man. It's hard. I gotta keep up. And they're like, have you done any new Lego sets yet? And I'm like, nah, sorry, I had to go to work the other day. And they're like, oh, really? I just finished like 3 Lego sets. Yeah, just kidding. They don't do that. They don't bully me. I'm messing with you. But for real though, as far as movies, that sometimes they'll ask me, they're like, hey, have you seen this movie? And I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, well, it was good, you should watch it. And I'm like, maybe if I have time. Sorry. Yeah, I do grown-up stuff.
They tell you every plot detail anyway, so they spoil.
They don't. They're pretty great. Yeah. They tell me, like, there's this one part where this person says this. You just have to watch it. You'll laugh. You'll have to watch it. And I'm like, cool. Okay, I'll watch it. And then I have like a list of things that I need to watch, but I have to work.
You have to save time. You have to watch it while you're at work.
I guess, but no. So that was a weird way of saying that. Actually all the kids that I watch, the parents do ask that we have no screen time. Because they are trying to get their kids to be social and to do fun stuff. We go on field trips, we do Lego stuff, and it's pretty cool. And definitely helpful for the state that we're in right now. Like, it's much needed, the much needed break from, because as much as it could be a break for the parents who they're like, we just need to get some work done. I'm going to be upstairs on the computer. Whenever you're done, just let me know, or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. And then I go hang out with the kids. It's a break for them, but it's also a break for me, a break from, once again, retail stuff. It's a break from me from reading what the newest thing that happened on the internet is.
Yeah.
So I'm not able to be on there for a couple of hours, and it's pretty great. So it works out for us. And then also when we go outside, I'm like, well, I guess this means that I have to go and run around and stuff like that.
Now, how do you, because if you, Legos are expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is why I don't have any, because I would at least have the Ghostbusters firehouse, right? But that
Right.
thing was like $300, right? So how do you balance that, I suppose, is the other question.
So we do it's a lot of imagination. So we're doing a lot of, I buy just bulks of just Lego pieces, found them at like Goodwill, found people selling them on Marketplace. And then once again, imagination, like we built a pirate ship on, those square sheets of Lego stuff that you just put Legos on. Well, we made a rectangle. So we made the outline of the top deck, and then just like added the crow's nest, and then some, which is just Lego pieces, and then obviously it's all Lego, and then cannons, which really they're just these weird Lego pieces that have holes in them, and then you just stick them on there, and you're like, boom! It's a giant pirate ship, and then the little boats, the little dinghies. they're just a bunch of random pieces put together, and then it's like, boom, there's a little ship or a little boat. And it's really just the minifigs. And even the minifigs, sometimes one of the girls, her minifigure is just wearing an astronaut outfit thing, and we're like, yeah, this is a deep sea diver. So yeah, just like a lot of imagination, and it's not really buying a bunch of Lego sets. It's just putting a bunch of stuff together. And I know that parents are like, hey, but you don't know what it's like being with kids for like all day. And I mean, I do, but with their kids specifically, yeah. But for that, I say, I get it. You do need your break, but also just do a lot of imagination. It's just, that's what it is. It's, you let the kids figure stuff out. For sure with the kids, I come up with plots for adventures, and usually the plots are just movies, and then it goes back to watching lots of movies, so that way plots, and then later when they're older, they're like, I know this trope, I played this trope.
That's funny. We're just trying to figure out what he meant when he said, what was it? I can't think of it. Freaking Citizen Kane. That word.
Rosebud.
Sometimes things just leave your brain when you get older.
Yeah, definitely.
I would put something together though, because when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of toys. Like I didn't have Lego sets. I had a popcorn tin that was full of Legos, just random Legos, and then I had a popcorn tin that was full of like action figures. That was pretty much my toys. And now that I'm an adult, and I was only allowed to play video games for an hour a week, and it was my brother and I had to fit all of our video games. We would go to our friends' houses and play, and I cultivated a love for video games and for board games and stuff like that. But I collect video games and board games that I never play now. That's what I do as an adult. It's weird. Let's put that together.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we have lots of board games here at the house, but COVID. COVID.
I mean, I've got probably because I know you guys have a lot of board games too, but
Blame it on the COVID.
But you guys had board games before COVID because I was
Nope.
over there.
Nope. Nope.
Right?
Nope. That never happened. It's all COVID.
I've probably got 50 board games and 40 of them are still in the plastic.
Oh,
like, it's
yeah.
ridiculous. And I keep buying more.
Right. Because, you think I'm going to play this one day.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know the rules. Yeah. They're too hard. I can't learn them. But I have everything. I have the Ninja Turtles one. Maybe it'll go up in value. I could sell it on eBay. Grogu's got a gun.
Grogu's got a gun.
He's gonna shoot first, I bet.
He bang bang.
Oh, he did.
I think he's trying to tell me that my time is up.
Oh snap!
Oh,
okay,
it is. So it's time for you to.
All right.
Topic.
I need to get the intern to push the button. He pushed it. Okay, the little red button that says time on it. I had a different topic, but it was a downer. I don't want a downer topic.
No, let's not down. Let's not go down.
It was about duck feathers. So I think that's just not a very good topic. So
no.
Not without knowing anything about duck feathers.
Right. Especially we don't know which thing. Oh, damn it. I already forgot all the names of the damn comforters. Anyway.
Rosebud. It's called Rosebud.
Oh, Rosebud. Correct.
Yeah. But we just started a TikTok. Well, you started it. I don't know the TikTok. I don't have the app because I don't like the Chinese spy on me when I'm in the bathroom. But the rest of you all, I'm sure, have TikTok. And I'm an old man. I'm 99.9 years old. Which why the 0.9? I don't know.
Very grisly. Very grisly.
Mm-hmm. So I don't understand this ticky-talky, hippy-hoppy, grippy-groppy. So my topic is for you to explain TikTok to me.
Dang it. Oh, okay. All right. So you get your phone.
Okay. My rotary.
Yes.
Okay.
And then so for rotary phones, you find the Russian cam that's in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you pull it out so that it's facing you.
Okay.
And then you do your dancey dance.
A dancey dance? What do you mean?
Yeah. And
give me an example of a dancey dance.
So you pick out a song. No, you don't pick out the song yet. I mean, you could. If there's a lot of people doing a certain dance to a song, you copy that dance, you practice it for a couple of hours or days, depending on how well you want to be. And then when you decide that, sure, that's good enough, you pick out an outfit that you think is very groovy.
A groovy, yeah. So like a disco tech.
A groovy outfit.
like a jacket with the shirt collar that goes over.
If that's what you feel is groovy, then there you go. You put that on. You do the dance. You
my snaggletooth
do a lot of hand movements. Okay. Little bit of rump shaking.
Ooh.
Yep. And then you put that together, so you have your music, you have that. Maybe you do some cool things, transitions in it or something, and then you post it. And then you just, you ring in the bucks and all that. You just
making the money.
Yeah.
Invested in GameStop.
Right. It's that simple. That's all it takes.
Okay, so this app is literally It's the literal definition of if your friends were all jumping off a bridge, would you do it too? Is what you're saying.
The cool thing is, though, that you're not following your friends off a bridge. You're following strangers off a bridge.
Strangers that you met on the internet.
You don't even need to meet them. You just saw what they did, and we were like, "Oh, that was cool. I can do it too." And then you do it too.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? No, okay, no. I was being facetious for all that. No, so you don't. That's what people see it as mainly. You know, I'm not crying. I promise.
Don't cry. There's no crying in TikTok.
I promise. There is crying in TikTok.
Is there really?
It really depends on what your thing is. Okay, so there's all kinds of things on TikTok. It's pretty great. The base of it, the ones that you see all over the place are obviously, you know, the TikTokers that are doing the dances, the ones that are going viral just because they did a dance to a song. But then there's also what I started watching it for was because there was a lot of really cool cosplay. Like I was like, whoa, how did they even, you know? And then I was like seeing these people construct their cosplay. So there's videos of, you know, you see them making their outfits, making the dresses, sewing dresses together, making the armor and all that. And it just reminded me of what was it?
Rosebud.
It was Rosebud.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was really cool, that I'm like, wow, they're making all this, and then some of them have like, it's super accurate. Like there's no way that they made that costume, but they totally did. It looks like ripped straight from the show or something. Then there's people on there that are just really funny and they're not getting the recognition that they deserve, but at least I'm enjoying it. I get to see all the funny stuff that happens. Obviously there's cat videos because it's the internet. Yeah, there's a lot of informative stuff on there. I follow a couple of doctors that they talk about you know, your body, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. It's a mixed bag of everything. It really depends on who you follow. And if you're like, damn, everyone that I follow sucks, like, well, then you must suck, because if you keep giving attention to shit that you think sucks, then you're just gonna keep getting stuff that sucks. But if you keep liking and comment, yeah, it's the algorithm. Yeah. If you keep liking stuff and commenting on things that you like, which that's the funny part, that there's haters on there that are like, your video sucks. Not to my stuff, because everyone loved my stuff, but thousands of views. There's people that, you know, I think are pretty awesome, but there will be haters on there that say like, hey, your dancing actually sucks, or body shaming people. And they're like, why did you comment? Because now you're going to see more of me on your feed, idiot. When I don't like the shit that I see, I usually just block the person, because they don't need to know that I block them. It doesn't matter to their life. And I just need to not see this kind of stuff. And then the algorithm says like, oh, hey, you blocked people that do those types of things. I guess you don't want to watch that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I don't. Because I don't really look up. So there's two different places to look. It's the, like, your following wall page thing. Oh my God, I called it a wall. It's not a wall. Stream. It's like your stream is just a bunch of videos that you're following. So a bunch of people that you're following. That's usually what I look at. I don't really look at the For You page that much, but I'll look at it every once in a while. And the For You page is the one where they're like, hey, so you've liked those other things, so what about if you like these things too? And then you're like, oh yeah, you're right, I guess I do like those. Yeah,
there's a lot of, I know that we've got our TikTok now, and I know there's a lot of trends, so I'm hoping that that we should follow some of these trends. Maybe our listeners could give us some suggestions for how we can spice up our TikTok.
That would be great. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have that many ideas right now. I'm not really sure what people would want to see. I guess we could do trends, but for the most part, I really like doing cool things. But if any listeners, have any songs that want to be featured in some kind of video, I mean, we might be able to do it, but just let us know. Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe.
We could make millions with your cats.
We can make thousands.
We can make hundreds and dozens.
We can make $20.
We can make $20 with your cat. we need to teach them cool tricks.
Yeah. Actually, no. So my cats can't beat the stuff that's already on TikTok. I follow this dog that can speak, and I follow some cats that can speak as well. Wow. So they can't beat those tricks. Yes, they are. They're cats and dogs that click buttons.
Oh, I've seen that.
Say things. Yeah. And they're pretty smart. So I don't know. My cats can't beat that.
I saw some videos of that way back in the YouTube days. When people watched YouTube and they could watch a video that was longer than 60 seconds. I remember those days.
YouTube still exists?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like when I talk to people and they're like, you should watch true crime on TikTok. And I'm like, well, I watch it on YouTube. And they're like, yeah, but they do it in 60 seconds. I'm sure they really get in depth in that 60-second period. Whereas I watch a video that's like an hour long.
Right. If I'm watching true crime, I usually go to not TikTok, to YouTube. Because one of the things that I really, really don't like on TikTok, and it's really funny that I say this because I actually did it not too long ago, is that there's people that will say, a story, and then they're like, okay, make sure that you subscribe so that way you're here for part 2. So they only say like a part of the story, just a small part. And usually, this pisses me off, is that someone will be like, okay, so I'm about to tell you something, and it's really scary, and I can't believe, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys, I'm about to tell you, but yeah, make sure that you follow me, so that way you get part 2, because I'm probably not going to be able to tell you all of it right now, oh my gosh, hold on, I hear something. No, everything's okay. And, oh, did you guys see that other video that I posted? Okay, anyway, let me tell you the story. And then they say it in like 10 seconds. They're like, okay, so then there was this guy that killed someone. So follow back for part 2. And you're like, you literally just wasted 50 seconds saying stupid ass shit when you could have just fucking shut up and just spoken right then. So I blocked those people.
Well, that's like the clickbait things that come up on Facebook's wall that says like 37 things you didn't know about Whitney Houston. The ninth thing will blow your mind. And then you click on it and it's a slideshow and it says things like Whitney Houston was a singer. Click the next slide. She was African American. Click the next slide. And if you didn't know by our pronoun usage, she was a woman. Click the side, and you're like, there's no.
Right.
I already know who she is. That's why I clicked on this.
Right. And so that's why, I don't know, I prefer YouTube for that, because then you don't have to come back for part 2 and 3 and 4. Blah. Yeah, I'll usually block that TikToker and be like, okay, I don't want to hear it. But then there's some people that I'm already following that they just happen to have a long story anyway, and I'm like, I'll follow you guys because you're pretty cool.
Yeah, Stella sends me a bunch, and I see I'm 99.9 years old, so I'm not so old that I don't have Instagram.
Right.
And so I do see TikTok on the Instagram. I see some cool stuff. Like I'm really into.
We have an Instagram too.
Ooh, do Do we? Well, what are the names of our Instagram and TikTok?
I don't remember.
Okay, great plug. Great plug. Great opportunity missed.
Let me find it.
Find it. Find it, Anna.
Okay, so yeah, so I don't have or wait. So well, you don't have an RU.com's Instagram. And I technically have an Instagram. Oh my god. That's like no, that's like if you need a groom like now. Like I need to be married and I need it now.
Yeah, that's when you instantly groom someone for something terrible and nefarious.
Okay, well you thought of that, but I thought that like you need to get married like right away this instant. It's like a drive-through marriage and then your groom's already there.
Yeah, or
I guess
your dog needs a haircut.
No. So it's like Tinder, but someone that wants to be married.
Mm-hmm.
And so you go on there to find who wants to be married, and then you're like married right away.
That's terrifying.
It is. Anyway,
they take half your money.
Right. So I have Potato of RU.coms on Instagram. Half of RU.coms. That's me.
Right there.
And then
it's potato. It's at potato at RU.coms. What is it?
No, what? I just said what it was. It was Potato of RU.coms.
It's spelled potato of RU.coms without any spaces?
It's underscores.
Underscores.
Yeah. So it's potato underscore of underscore RU.coms.
With a Z.
Yes. Y'all probably don't want to follow that though. Why
not? It's not nudes.
Unsolicited I dare nudes. Them to follow that. I dare y'all to follow it because you probably won't. And then on Instagram, on TikTok, we've got at RU.coms because we are RU.coms. No one else has that name.
RU.coms. No underscores?
Nah.
And if you follow that one, I will not send you the unsolicited nudes that I promised you at the Instagram.
We've got 5 videos up at the moment, so we're getting there. We only just recently made that one. We used to have a Tumblr.
What?
We used to have a Tumblr.
Everyone used to have a Tumblr, and then their grandmothers. Now they're grandmothers. Yeah, that's what. No. So there used to be a Tumblr. Yeah. We used to have a Tumblr, but Tumblr used to be popular, but then they took off porn, and then everyone left. That's right. That's the same with Pinterest, right?
I don't know.
That's the same as 4chan, right?
I don't know.
The tale is old as time. The song is old.
Is that a thing that they banned on 4chan and on Pinterest?
I don't know. I know that they banned the QAnon stuff on 4chan, and it all went to 8chan.
Oh, really?
That's wow. I know that. Just because I'm learning about it.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. Nice. Okay. So my question is, with this TikTok, you said there's a lot of different things on TikTok. Can I watch someone play with Legos on TikTok?
Ooh. Probably.
Let's question it. You have a TikTok on your phone, do you not?
But it's probably more fun just to watch it on YouTube.
That's a good point. Well, I know where I'm going.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that but maybe I might post. Actually, I have posted me playing with Legos on TikTok. I have. Now that I remember. Maybe I'll do that. You know what? I do have a Lego set right now that's still in box, ready to go. I think I'll post that on our TikTok. So if y'all follow ru.coms on TikTok, you will see a set being built. I'm not going to tell you what it is because that is why you have to go check out the video.
Mystery.
It's a mystery. I don't know. I'm at a loss of words.
Yeah, we still don't have an ending for this show.
We don't have an ending. Well, about that.
Bye.